Hey, if you're a fan of Street Fighter series, it's my favorite video game growing up. As a fighter, there's a lot of techniques that you see from other martial arts, video games, fantasy world, that in practical application it would never work. There are, however, exceptions. There's techniques, fantasy techniques are based on real techniques. So, for example, the Shor-Ryu-Ken. It's a very, very powerful technique if used correctly. You want to use it in a safe and effective manner. You don't want to just throw it, you want to set it up first. I believe that you can use this particular strike in a mixed martial arts. However, things can go wrong, so always have your contingency plan. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, my absolute favorite go-to martial art if shit has fucking gone wrong. Generally, I like to stay striking. If the striking isn't working, I'm outmatched. I'm going to feel the person on their grappling abilities. Now, if they don't have very strong grappling abilities, yet they have strong strike, I'm going to go for grappling. I'm going to go for takedown, top position. Self-defense, very different than training, very different than the ring in a sense. For the ring, it's very important to have top position as well. However, if you find yourself in the bottom, chances are nobody's going to rush in and stomp off your face, or there might be a stoppage if it's too aggressive for you, not responding intelligently. So that's good for that environment. You don't want to play the guard game in the middle of the street unless you absolutely have to. I had the pleasure, I say that sarcastically, I had the pleasure of going through that myself in an altercation. I had a man that was much larger than I am wanted to fight me. I got into an argument with a lady, and I told her to leave me alone and stuff. And she wanted to take another step, get her friend after me. So, well, it didn't work out for him. But that being said, I did find myself tripping during that fight, and I did find myself on the bottom. And however, even though I was on the bottom, I was able to maintain my aggressiveness, maintain a level of control, keep cycling through submissions, protecting myself very effectively. And ultimately, what my goal was to get back on my feet. I was able to do that, which is very important. When I got back up, I was fresh. He was very tired. So he didn't want to fight anymore. And always give your opponent an out. If you see that he would rather not fight, if you see he'd rather not continue, then find a way to make it a beneficial situation. So I digress. Back to my original point. My original point is make sure you have those contingency plans. Make sure you have a base that covers a particular aspect of combat that you might encounter should shit go wrong. In a fight, shit will always go wrong. In a real situation, shit will go wrong. It's not the movies. You can slip on a fucking banana peel. People trip all the time walking. We've been walking since we were toddlers, yet people still trip over their own feet. So imagine you're in a fight where someone is trying to make you trip over your own feet. You have a little bit of extra help. So if you make a mistake, it's going to capitalize on that. So make sure you do that. So back to the Shor-Ryu-Ken. Shor-Ryu-Ken is essentially an uppercut. The boxers throw their uppercut, like boxing. Boxing is a great martial arts with the hand. If you don't know that boxing is a martial art, learn about it, watch tutorials, train it, use it. It is an invaluable asset to your bag of tools. Boxing is one of the most effective hand martial arts on the planet. Now, the uppercut, you essentially want it to come from the ground. So the uppercut, you're cutting up. So you want to use your body and really torque your hip in an upward motion so that you really land that strike, you're really rooted to the ground. It's a very powerful strike. You're not propelling your body forward so much as the hook. You're actually rooting yourself into the ground, creating small, solid platform rising out of the ground. I like Mike Tyson. He said, when he throws the uppercut, he likes to try to jam the guy's nose into the back of his head. I know that sounds a little brutal, but if somebody's trying to jam your nose into the back of your head, I'm sure if it's between you two and the nose being jammed, I'm sure you don't want your nose being jammed. So, you want to come up, jam the nose, right? Lots of debates on how cover and all this stuff. Essentially, it's a strike. Strike is a strike. You want to, even if it's relaxed, you see got a lot of guys, Conor McGregor likes to put really relaxed, uppercuts. It's good to stay loose. Let your body whip out that hip. Really carry your movement. Very, very important for the hip to carry your movement. Karate, they stress hip movement quite a bit. The core of their punching system, very powerful punching system, is based on driving forward, the most linear punch possible, driving your body mass forward. They generate a lot of power because also they're driving from your body and not from up here. They're not punching the shoulders. They're driving their whole body forward. So bring it forward. Bam. Gives you that nice power from them. However, it is iffy. You want to always keep your hand defending your head. So you are open to attack. If you're punching here, I like to find a happy medium. Same concept in your boxing punch. A lot of high-level boxers utilize a lot of karate principles. Body mechanics are the same across the board. Doesn't matter what martial art you study. You have 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 feet, 2 legs, and a head. Right? Torso. We're all the same. Okay? Unless you're missing an arm, then you got to compensate for that stuff. Right? So essentially, we're going to drive up to the person. So from my karate background, stance was everything. You wanted to keep a good, solid stance no matter what's going on. Somebody attacks you, boom. It's like weathering the storm. Boom. You drive forward into them. If you have to wrestle, you wrestle. Little known fact about martial arts, kickboxing arts, a lot of the Muay Thai was rooted into low stance as well because it's mixed martial arts in those days. They were trying to take each other down. So if your legs were up high, like the ring style, you would get double legged, where you get swept off your feet. You can't hit the ground in a real war situation. You don't want to be rooted. So they had very rooted stance. We've come up a little higher. Now we're back to low. Now everybody's mixed martial arts. Everybody's coming low because they want to shoot. So something to keep in mind for this particular strike, the stance. I like to learn it in steps. Right? You feel where you're comfortable with your feet. Feel where your feet are going to propel you forward. You get that power. Kendo guys, whack the kendo stick, come up, bring out, boom, driving force forward. So here, get that driving force. You want to take it up a notch. Now you don't want to drive forward so much as you want to drive up. You want to drive up. So you have your opponent's head. Bam! You want to drive it up. Smaller person, you have less mass to throw your strike. You need a little bit of that. You want to generate some more power. Get that hop. Nice hop. Okay, nice hop into it. So what I like to do is here, jump up, spin around. Now, how that's going to work, so here, you're going to launch your arm into the air. So if you notice in the video game, Ryu does a little fun little thing. He hits the body, boom. Hits, boom, body. Then he comes back, boom, boom. So he wants to set up that punch. He wants to set it up, you hit the body, boom, got covers for it. A little bit open in the middle. You want to come immediately off the uppercut. So you want to go, boom, come back. Remember this leg is loaded. You want this leg loaded, boom, ready for that nice hop, boom. And then, you're going to come, boom, boom. Jump down, watch your balance when you come back. Try to land as rooted as you can. And then might be a strike going. So a few follow-ups you can do from there. So you want to come in, you want to come up, boom. So that's a good technique to train. Sparring with somebody, pat. You know, they're going to start ducking under. They duck under, same thing, boom. If you land it, ridiculously strong, ridiculously powerful. I would love to see somebody do that in the cage and just knock somebody on the ass. That'd make my day. So, if you guys can make it happen, I can't fight anymore. I have concussion and all that stuff. So, I would love to see somebody actually use something like that. Those that dare to dream, the victory goes to those that dare. You know, and if you, like Anderson Silva, you know, Conor McGregor, all those creative strikers, that is what's going to separate you from run-of-the-mill fighters. You have to be you. You have to find what is good for you. You know, grab here, grab there. This is the information age. There's so many martial arts systems to explore, so many different concepts. You take everything with a grain of salt, and your journey will be so worth it. Thank you for listening.